These are messages for the sign of Aquarius for the month of May. I hope you enjoy the messages. Please let me know in the comments below how they resonate for you if they do. I'd love to hear. Let's start out with some oracle cards. My happiness can be measured by the level of my faith in love. I surrender my desires and I know the universe has my back. Wow, so that's a lot about faith. I mean, both of those sound a lot like you're just kind of letting go of your own desire and accepting that there's faith. You have faith in love, faith in the universe. Some powerful stuff. Okay, so I'll do the rest of the cards later, but we just want to look at what the messages are for you here. What is something for you to keep from the month of April? So there's something you've been working on. The Seven of Coins is about harvest. It might take some time. So keep that patience. Keep watering your garden in a sense. Interesting because the name of this channel is The Spiritual Gardener. Keep watering your garden. Keep expecting things to grow, expecting things to change, monitoring the progress with excitement, with expectancy, with hope, with faith, right? Not holding on to like a negative emotion or negative expectation, releasing that tension by expecting good to come of it. And let's see, what's something you can release from the month of April? Yeah. Walk away from anything that hasn't worked. Emotionally, disconnect, like detach. Completely detach from things that have been a headache for you. Anything that you've put your energy into that just hasn't manifested, release it. Which is weird because I just told you to be patient with things and expect them to grow. But it's different. The coins is things that are more material based. It's like I've put energy into this project or into this monetary thing. The cups is things that are emotional. It's like you've been invested emotionally. It could be talking about the exact same thing. It doesn't really mean, the Eight of Cups doesn't really mean you're walking away from something. It could be that you're walking away from your emotional investment. So you might still be working on something, but you're not as emotionally invested. You're not as like attached to the outcome. You just keep putting in work, knowing that eventually it will pay off. But you're not like struggling through it. That's interesting. That's a different take. So it depends on you, right? What clicks, what resonates for you as you hear those messages. And always only take what resonates. Don't try to apply things that don't make sense. What's the main theme of the month for you in May? Home, family, home, marriage. Yeah, like the walls, the pillars, what grounds you, what keeps you safe, what keeps you feeling connected. And then possible poverty, like a sense of poverty. Like this is, so what's poverty? It's like a poverty consciousness. It's like expecting things to not go well. And that's why there's a real kind of attention here with April. The message that you got from April is to let go of the expectation, to keep going through the work, keep putting the work in. Don't expect, don't be emotionally invested in the outcome. But it feels like somehow home is giving you a sense of security and safety, but then there may be a lack of safety in a different area of your life, or just a lack of stability. And I'm not sure if that's financial or if it's emotional or in what kind of area of your life that is, but it's talking about adaptation. That's the word, that's adaptation and completion. So there may be something that you're completing, some phase, some project, and then you're having to adapt to a lot of insecurity here, kind of not knowing what's ahead, not knowing how things are going to move forward. That's interesting. So what's something to be aware of in the month of May? Be aware of your energy. You might be really kind of focused on being extroverted or excited by new projects, new things coming up for you, maybe even a new passionate relationship, right? Like a physical, intimate relationship. But it's telling you to kind of know when to take your time, know when to get your space and rest and recuperate and recharge your batteries, not to get sucked in and overwhelmed by this, like potentially really exciting, passionate thing happening in your life. Yeah, so what's something to focus on in the month of May? Focus on your mind, how you're using your mind, and how sometimes you can self-sabotage by kind of getting stuck in a rut. Where is it that you feel stuck? Where is it that you're telling yourself that you can't do something, or that you're not free to do something, or that there's all these barriers and boundaries for you to be able to accomplish your goals? Kind of detangle yourself from these knots, these mental knots, and find a way through. Like, figure out what kind of conflict situations have been created in your life with yourself and with others. See your own responsibility for it, take responsibility, and change your own outcome by changing the role that you play in the situation, if that makes sense. But this is like a personal thing that you do with yourself. It's not so much about other people. It may come into play with relationships, but it's important for you to like remove yourself from those situations so you can think about what your role has been in it and change it so that you have better outcomes. What's something to do more of in the month? Wow. Give me a minute. I just don't know how to read that. I mean, it's saying what's something to do more of. You get the 5 of Cups and the Tower. It feels like there's situations that are beyond your awareness that have fallen apart. Like some things haven't worked out. Again, I was saying, like, take yourself out of the situation, accept responsibility for it so you can change your role in the situation. But it feels like part of this is also just kind of grief. Take your time to grieve what didn't work and realize that there are other opportunities for you. Realize that it didn't hold, the tower didn't hold because it wasn't strong enough. It wasn't built on the right foundation. Something that you built or something you created wasn't healthy. Now you have to go back to the drawing board and figure out why it didn't work out the first time, right? Sketch out this new tower that you want to build that will actually hold up in a stormy situation, in a difficult situation. And yeah, there's sadness over this. Acknowledge your feelings, but don't get so emotional about it. Like, be able to be rational and see that there are other opportunities in your life. Don't get overwhelmed by it, because it could, it could overtake everything. And it feels like it has kind of affected several different areas of your life. It's important for you to detach and use your reasoning skills, which Aquariuses are really good at because they're an air sign, to figure out your role in it and to change the outcome. Yeah, that's the best I can say for that. So what are things you should not be doing in May? Okay, weird. I would reverse these messages, but okay. Don't take on new projects, I guess. It's the Ace of Coins. It's the 6 of Coins. Don't take my word for it. Like, if this does not apply for you, if you're like, I'm going to take on this project, take on the project. But this is just me reading cards. And it's a general reading. It's not going to apply to everyone. But it feels like if there's something new that you're wanting to maybe like, okay, let me just destroy everything here and start this new thing. It feels like you need to be mindful, because you may be rebuilding after this tower collapses, but you want to be mindful about where you're putting your energy. And yeah, it feels like this is a new opportunity where there's equal give and take, but you may feel like it's too small for you or it's not the right opportunity. So maybe be mindful of that. But I'm very, like, I'm confused. Let me pull out some cards. Like, why is this a message? So it's telling you that you have a specific gift, that you need to shine your light in a specific way. Maybe something that's on offer right now or something that's happening in your life isn't really what your specialty is or what you're really good at. This is your card, the Star card, and then you have the Two of Cups. So it feels like there's better experiences for you where you're actually met for who you are and for what you're capable of being, what you're capable of doing. This could even be in love. It doesn't have to be financial. It could be that you're making too many compromises and you're needing to kind of find people that see you eye for eye and are able to nourish you because you're quite similar, like kindred spirits, basically. So let's see what kind of opportunities are available for you in the month of May. There's a lot of opportunities, a lot of options with the Seven of Cups. It's important to not get swayed by delusional thinking, like getting, I don't want to use the word delusional, but yeah, like kind of imagining that something is going to be really great when it isn't, or imagining something's going to be terrible. Just kind of stay grounded. With the Queen of Swords, it feels like you can use reasoning to understand clearly what it is you're being presented with instead of getting swayed emotionally or by imagining what it could be. There's also opportunities to like keep several projects going at once, so you may be juggling different things at the same time. It's a good kind of balancing act, but it's important that you're doing the right things, that you're investing your time in the right projects and with the right people, and not engaging in things that are just kind of squandering your energy and not giving you back what you invest in. So what's going to feed your soul in the month of May? There's things coming back from the past, like things that you have sent out. Remember, the message was to keep persistence from April, to be patient because things you have invested in, there's going to be a harvest time. It just takes some time, and to keep watering that garden. So it feels like something that you've put out is coming back. There's opportunities here also to choose kind of what path you're going to be taking because it feels like a lot of new things are opening up. So it's exciting. It's like you have options. And that's what's feeding your soul in this month. So it feels like having options, being at this crossroads where you get to decide which way you go, as well as getting a lot of feedback back from the past, like people that you've contacted, maybe jobs that you've reached out to, or partners, you know, maybe you're online dating and you're getting back a lot of responses and you're now kind of faced with decisions. Some of you, this could even be like moving somewhere, so you get to decide, I'm not sure. So what's going to give you joy in the month of May? Reconnecting with your strength, knowing that you've survived a lot and you can keep going, that you're this really strong person that you can rely on. Yeah, being pretty badass. And it's funny that you have here, like, your card came out when I was getting more clarity, the Star. And this is the opposite sign. This is Leo, which is your opposite counterpart in the astrology. And it's giving you strength. It's telling you to keep going. It feels like you get joy from knowing how much you've been through and that you can keep going and that you are just this like powerhouse of energy, that you're a person that other people can rely on, that you have good boundaries with yourself and with others as well, that you're compassionate and loving and caring, but you don't like let it take over you, you know, that you have a good balance in your life, that you're a good parent, whether to others or to yourself. You may be a literal parent, or you may just be kind of parenting your inner child, and that you've done an amazing job. So hats off to you. That's really cool. Let's see what other messages we have from the oracles. So we've got flying into spring, which is the Fool. Yeah, this is a new journey in your life. It's like it may not be clear right now because you're going through all the process. You're in the midst of it. It's a lot of change. It's a lot of upheaval. But it feels like you are ready for it. Right? You had that strength card. It's like you are prepared. And it's going to fill you with a lot of pride and joy knowing that you're prepared. You also have the Hierophant, so you may be getting strength through spirituality, through religious figures, if you are religious, through God. But also just kind of being very orderly, very like organized and orderly and systematic about how you do things so that you are accomplishing your goals and you are seeing progress moving forward. You're doing things by the book. That would be very much the Hierophant. Okay. Respect all aspects of your sacred being as equal, allowing each to illustrate your story in its own unique way. Listen as they all bring a message to be heard. Give them equal attention and space like the colors of a diverse palette. And this is movement number 24. That would be a 6. So yeah, balance is really important right now, maintaining your inner balance as well as your outer life balance. Finding now what was hidden deep within, the very essence of your being, stored away until such a time when you're ready to be safely delivered to yourself. Allow this true self to gently surface in love, growth number 29. And let me just remind you, my happiness can be measured by the level of my faith and love. And we're talking about faith with the Hierophant, right? Finding that faith in God and religious figures and spirituality. We're talking about love here with allowing your true self to gently surface in love. Yeah, surrendering your desires, knowing that the universe has your back. It's gonna be okay is the message I can say after reading all of these cards. I hope you enjoy this month. I hope you enjoyed these messages. Let me know in the comments, and best wishes to you.